Yeah, welcome back to the show, viewer. You're still locked to Afia Morning Show, reaching you live from Enugu State. And we have a very special guest at the moment, none other than our Eastern Business Report anchor, Ifeoma Ajumobi, to talk about a certain event that she had that lots of us felt a little bit excluded from. We're going to get into the details, the nitty-gritty of that event in just a moment. Ifeoma, welcome to the AM show.
Morning, Natalie.
Good
Great
morning.
to be here, really, once again as a guest on the morning show.
As a guest on the morning show. But this topic, your event.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, tell us how you felt preparing for that event, because we heard that it shut Enugu down.
Oh, really?
That's what we heard. Tell us about the plans.
Thank you for setting me up. Anyways, it's something I've always wanted to do, and it's also something I am about. I believe in inspiration, I believe in motivation, and with that, people can do a whole lot more. I think one of the things we're lacking in Nigeria at the moment is really inspiring and motivational leaders. Our leaders are not inspiring enough. And of course, when you're a leader, you don't come out to come and complain. You look on at issues and take them on headlong. Look for solutions. That's why you're a leader. I mean, you're pushing and fighting to win election, to come control and take over people, and you're coming to complain, or you don't have ideas. It's not inspiring at all. So I think one of the things many young people need now is good role models and inspiration, in all honesty. If you look at the Western world, they don't joke with inspiration. They don't joke with showing and showcasing people who've gone an exemplary road. They usually get them to come and talk to people, all the time and show them how tough it was. It won't be easy, but yes, when the going gets tough, they said the tough gets going. Yes, right now in our country, in Nigeria, we are in a very tough situation, tough time. And it's not the time to buckle in. By God's grace, we should be looking for solutions from every angle that we can. And I think this is also the time our leaders should be able to give out competitions to solve problems. And those who can come out with solutions should be rewarded. So that was what the event was all about. And in the course of that event, we rewarded people. I mean, I rewarded one amazing principal. I just discovered her in a very short time, and she blew my mind. And everybody who has heard her story has been blown away as well.
And that is that very popular principal that used to wear her uniform to school.
Did your principal wear uniform to school? Mine did.
I think that's the height of inspiring people.
I mean, Jason, did yours wear uniform to school?
Is it primary or the secondary?
Secondary school.
No.
I think the only uniform was the cane. Dr. Dogood. That was just it.
So it means she was down to earth, stripped all airs, and was quite humble, did what she needed to do to provide solutions. Remember, the event was all about providing solutions. And what was this solution this time around? The same inspiration I was talking about. She came down, she saw young girls who were lacking motivation, young girls who were not thinking they were anything, okay? She said the school was full of house helps and housemaids and dejected, abandoned, and cases of abuse was so rampant in this particular manner. And how else to connect with them? Wear uniform. She came down to their level. This is a lady who is studying, doing her PhD in peace and conflict studies in Essex. How many Nigerian women do that?
That's leadership.
That's leadership. She was leading by example. Yeah. So if she is the principal, she wears uniform, who are you as a student not to take pride in it?
Lots of people right now would want to know her name exactly, because they want to connect with her as well. But also, while you tell us her name, I would like you to also tell us about the certain demographic that you picked. You are very specific.
Yes,
16 to 25.
Yes,
and even when you shared the message on our WhatsApp group, you said only for people between the ages of 16 to 25, excluding a chunk of all of us. Like, hey, keep your wahala, at the office.
Exactly. So, how did you know that? Keep your wahala.
So why that demographic? Are you saying that we're not the next generation, or?
Well, in all honesty, I can get really humble, and I think I'm also still learning at this stage of my life. We all keep learning. Do you understand? Learning never ends. But I've paid some dues. I'm still paying some dues. And I felt, yes, like you said, wahala. Like, okay, if I say I'm
Not
speaking
wahala.
to my colleagues and all of that, people could just say, what has she got to offer? That what has she really got to say and all of that. So I felt much younger people than myself will be willing, open-minded to come for this event. And really, they are also the people who need some level of direction and guidance at this point. 16 to 25, so you're just about leaving secondary school and possibly getting into the university, or you're about leaving the university, and that is the time you can really get lost. You found your career. Jisung is here. You found your career, right? And you've experienced life in many, many ways. Somehow, life teaches you and you've gained some level of wisdom. But these people, they are still finding their feet in many ways.
I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
is this for us something that's going to be continuous, or this is just the first and the end?
In all honesty,
Yeah.
I had a lead-in, and I was just following my lead-in. But after that event took place, I just knew it couldn't be a one-off event, in all honesty. And I also realized the scope needed to expand, because just like Natalie's saying, it's not just that age bracket that needs inspiration and motivation.
I think it's part of the things these young chums need at this point in time.
Yeah.
Before I get to talking about the feedbacks and the reactions, because I know there are a whole lot of them, I would love us to talk about them. So let me take it back a bit regards to inspiration, mentorship, and leadership. Assessing a mentor is like a big deal at this point in time. I don't know why, right? Are you of the same thought that people are seemingly not interested in trying to align themselves with people because of
mentoring people?
Yeah, these days.
Well, I think sometimes you've got to prove yourself, really. It's not just, I want to be mentored. You've got to prove yourself that you really have the capacity to be mentored. Now, for instance, we had Sir Robert Anwatu, chairman of Roban Group, which is Roban Group of Stores, and of course, Roban Hotel, come for the event. Wow. He is not an easy person to pull out from his busy schedule, from his office, and then even the age bracket. How do you connect him with the age bracket I'm talking about? Do you understand? Yes, he is very humble, but it also took a while. I have been building a relationship with him for like the past 4 years. I've known him for that long. You understand? But he also was watching me from afar to some extent, checking out my who I am. It's not every event you invite him for that he'll come for. In fact, when he saw that I was going to give our word, he was impressed and said, wow, he wants to identify with this. In fact, he felt honored giving that award to the principal because, of course, through me, a lot of people had heard her story. And he said this lady was worthy of recognition and even encouragement, which he really did. He encouraged her, financially, because she's building a pad bank there where young girls can just easily come, take bank pads to, go through the menstrual cycle when they have those challenges, because like I said, most of them are housemaids and not taken care of. They don't even give them things as simple as pad. In fact, there was a sad story she told that a young girl had her cycle on, and the guardian was beating her for taking tissue from the toilet to use, and she came bleeding to school just like that. So that's the kind of case you see her deal with, So it took me time to build the relationship, and just recently I personally went to him and said, sir, please mentor me, really, in all honesty. I want to be your mentee. Why? He's got integrity. Each time I go talking to him, listening to him, he's always about integrity. Imagine someone who built his stores, all the stores he has right now, without collecting a loan from a bank, but he was disciplined enough to save money. Saving money is not something people do easily. And that can change your whole destiny and maybe business life cycle if you're able to understand how to save money. So that integrity part and hard work, he's always working hard. You will see him in his store, always working hard. He has about 7 stores now cut across the southeastern region, but he does his stuff himself. So my theme for that event was inspire the next generation, and we're trying to focus on hard work and integrity, being a building block for any successful nation and any successful individual. So we're able to bring all of that out.
I mean, I like the fact that we're looking back at this, and it just seems like it was a very colorful event, and the people that showed up came and they definitely impacted knowledge. But she forgot a very salient thing. It was your birthday, Ifeoma. It was your birthday. So what drew you to this?
This is my
day?
first time ever celebrating my birthday by myself, really. And I had fun. And somehow I said it wasn't going to be about me. It was going to be about young people learning the ropes and learning it right and not being carried away, deceived, because Sir Robert, I want to also always tell you something. First things first, pay your dues. Like, there's a period for learning, there's a period for growing, there's a period for sowing seed, and then there's a period for harvesting.
All right.
Don't be in a hurry, don't be too in a hurry to make money, to even do anything, to have fame. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time when it's time. Just like a seed sown will grow, a fruit that is growing will ripen, you will ripen and possibly bear more fruits.
I think patience is of the essence.
Yeah.
Very important one. But it was a great event.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for coming on board to share that story.
Every target mark was hit to the last. If I overhit, so.
I hope this is not, well, we'll talk about this off camera. But yes, it was a great event. Like I said, you shot Enugu down. And that is the most critical thing. Thank you so much for even giving back. I think the essence of this should be you gave back on your birthday.
Yes.
You did something, you organized, and you decided to make it away from yourself, but for the people to learn and not make mistakes that other people may have made in their lifetime. Very great one.
That summarizes it so well. Thank you, Natalie, for having me. Thank you, Jason, as well.
Yeah.
All right, as you know, that was our Eastern Business Report anchor, Ifeoma Ajumobi, telling us about Inspire with IfyMelody, an event that she held on her birthday to inspire the younger generation. So much more to come your way. We're talking about the shops that were sealed in the state yesterday, having two analysts to talk about it. And also, later on, our man on the street, Choco Annie, we're taking a tour to find out how owners of those shops are reacting this morning. Do stay tuned.
We're coming live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Natalie.
A very beautiful morning to you out there, viewer, and welcome to Afia Morning Show, reaching you live from the hilly city of Enugu, Nigeria.
The AM show, exclusive on Afia TV.